Well, first off, Becca, appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. We talked a little bit off camera about what you want to do post tennis. We'll get to that in just a minute. But I'm always intrigued about student athletes and how they got to Liberty. You're a junior, so you're a couple of years removed from the recruiting process. So being from California, coming all the way to the East Coast, how did all that transpire?
Well, I'll say that Coach Marin and Coach Lemmy are very persistent.
Okay.
There's things in my past that I was originally committed to other schools, and then the Lord just said, no, you're coming to Liberty. So that's pretty much like the short gist of it. But, yeah, so I'm glad I ended up here for sure.
You mentioned Coach Marin. He's a coach, like all of them, I enjoy spending time with away from kind of what he's known for as a coach. You mentioned the persistence of the coaches in a rightful way to say, I think this is where you're going to be best fit. Anything specific about the process or the conversations you had with them that, you know what, when I talk to my family about it, these are some things that left an indelible image with some of the things they tried to tell you?
Well, I think the main thing is that they would say I was grow as a person and grow in my walk with the Lord. And I think that really hit it home for me. And, like, just talking to my parents, they were really excited if I came to Liberty or when I was coming. So, yeah.
You mentioned your parents. Your dad played tennis at San Diego State. I would imagine growing up, he kind of helped introduce you to the sport. How much of an influence has he been in your family in your athletic career and helping you in your transition here to Liberty?
He's been the reason why I play tennis, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. He got me started when I was about 5, just getting on the court, swinging the little racket around, and just really enjoying the game. So I really owe it to my dad, for sure.
You're at a time here at Liberty, not just with the school and the growth, but this women's tennis program. It is going places under Coach Marin's leadership that we all aspire for. So being part of this program, now a junior, what's it like to see the growth in this program?
It's truly unbelievable. Like, this year is an amazing year for us. We have a really strong team. We have a really good depth, and we have a really good potential this year. So I'm really excited to see where we're going to go.
It's been a couple of weeks since you competed on the court. As a team, what has this group been working on as you prepare to make this trip to Texas?
I think just becoming mentally tougher. I think for sure. I think that's been our motto this whole year, just having grit and keep fighting and digging through. So I think just pushing through for sure is what it's been.
You mentioned the mental toughness. So that's one thing that Jeff always talks about, being strong, and maybe when matches get tight down the stretch that, hey, if we can add a tweak or two, not physically because you're all gifted, but the mental side of things to have that edge. What's one thing that maybe sticks out to you with some of those tactics that he tries to teach?
I think just closing out matches is the huge one. But, yeah, it's just tennis is all mental. Like, at this point, it's just who can tough it out, grind it out in their mind, and not get down on themselves pretty much.
Becca, you've played number 1, you've played 6. You've kind of run the gamut here in your career. What aspect do you think you've grown the most in your tennis since you've been here?
I think just humbling myself. I think that's been a huge aspect for me, especially like you said, going from 1 to 6. Like, it could really be tough on people, but honestly, I just want to help the team out in any way I can. So, yeah.
How about away from tennis? We talked pretty much the last couple of minutes about the game. What does Rebekah Anderson enjoy doing if you have a day off? Not so much maybe in Lynchburg, but maybe out in California. If there's a day off for you, you can't say hang out with family and friends because that's the stock answer. So, okay, and that's all important. But beyond that, give us another layer of who Rebekah Anderson is.
You know, I really like my sleep. Like, I will nap all day if I can. But I think just, especially in California, just going out, just venturing around. The city I live in is really cool. There's a little downtown area that I love to go to with my mom. But, yeah, I think just venturing out, I'm going to be a typical girl, say I like to go shopping. Okay. So, yeah.
Shoes or clothes? Or accessories? All of the above.
I have enough shoes, so I'm going to have to go with clothes. Okay. Yeah.
All right. We'll give you a chance now to talk about your friends and family. Favorite vacation spot that maybe you go annually with your family, or if you had a dream vacation you've been on with them, what is it?
You know, recently I got into backpacking, and I backpacked the Grand Canyon. That was unbelievable. So I have to say backpacking Grand Canyon.
Is that the first time you've been there?
No, I've been there when I was a kid, but when we got older, we didn't have it anymore.
Becca, did you know you could ride mules to the bottom of the Grand Canyon?
We saw people riding mules down the canyon, so yes, we did know.
Does that seem like a strange thing to do?
No, I mean, it seems really nice.
Have you ever met anybody that has done that in their life?
No, I haven't.
You have now.
Oh, great. I'm happy for you.
Honestly, fans don't care, but back in 1991, my dad and I, in May of 1991, when I was in 8th grade, we rode mules to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, spent the night, and hiked and rode back up the next day.
Oh, yeah, you rode back up.
Yeah.
You didn't hike back up.
We rode down and rode back. So we weren't we didn't challenge ourselves enough, apparently, because we didn't have the backpacks on. So
More of an adventure, for sure.
It is. But if you can go to the Grand Canyon, Becca highly recommends that you do. I do as well. So anyway, you never know where these interviews are going to go, Becca, but you're going to get done here. You're probably going to call mom and dad and say, we talked a little tennis, but we also talked about backpacking in the Grand Canyon. So anyway, we appreciate your time. Have fun down in Texas. Been to Texas before?
Yeah. I actually almost went to school in Texas.
We're glad. Their loss, our gain. Rebekah Anderson, appreciate your time. Have a great week, okay?
Thank you.